Hey, welcome back to Dream Focus. Today I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to share a short version of a dream with you and just share with you my process for trying to pick apart the pieces and see what the message is for me today. That is because I have started to pick apart the pieces, and I'm like still not totally like clear on what the key message is right now. So I'm also like processing this dream with you and sharing it and rewatching the video that I make and kind of just trying to narrow things down. So in this dream, I was a tutor. I was tutoring someone, and I realized that. So first of all, a tutor, as I can tell, is about a need to share knowledge or wisdom. So I can see how a lot of the things that I'm starting to do kind of can be about that, and how like my purpose is tied to that in some way. So this is making sense. And I'm tutoring someone who isn't particularly like smart, who like really does need help. But the problem is that I'm seeing here is that I don't know, this person is like my friend. Like we're having a lot of fun as we're working together. It's almost even, there's like this chemistry that's almost even kind of flirty. So if we look into flirting, for example, a need for intimacy or affection, about to enter serious commitments or relationships in the near future. So like, I thought about my dream, I thought about some like key words that were coming through, and I already kind of wrote those down and what that can mean. Okay, so just to give you an idea. So if I'm thinking about like, okay, I'm in this tutoring role and I'm flirting, I can see the serious commitment in the near future being more around, it's not like a relationship for me, it's being more around this role as being a tutor and sharing knowledge and sharing wisdom and things like this. But in this particular case, we are working on something together, and there's a test, and I can't even really read the questions. Like there's a problem with reading, with like seeing the questions, and I don't know, this person isn't really good at the work, and so like I like basically take the test and I'm like doing it for them. I'm doing the work for them. So I can see that this is like a message of like, I can't just assume that like others don't know things, or that like people are stupid, and I can't do the work for people as much as like I care about people and I like them. Like they have to figure things out on their own, right? Okay. And then so in the last part of this dream, I see for some reason the answers for the tests that we've been like using to correct our practice tests are on these balloons. For some reason, all of the answers are on individual balloons, and we've been using them to like check our answers. And so like a balloon can be tied to our hopes, our disappointments, our dreams, our goals, our potential. And some of these answers, these balloons, are like popping, and some people are popping them by purpose. And this kind of pisses me off. But if we see that if the balloons are popping, we have an unrealized goal or potential or a dream, and that maybe sometimes the pressure is too much to bear. And I think this can make sense because the balloon is popping. The balloon is like me looking for certain answers, like putting too much pressure on finding the answer in terms of my life purpose and what it is that I can be doing. So those are all my dreams and my hopes, like kind of popping before my eyes, but also maybe narrowing down, I'm seeing now. I'm feeling like a lot of weirdness. So I've shared about being in school before and like having dreams of being in school, and now I'm having a lot of dreams about teaching, about tutoring, and there's a new path coming, but I cannot force answers on anyone. I cannot force specific questions on anyone because I'm not necessarily in control of the questions or the answers. I'm not even necessarily in control of the process. Like right now, in trying to figure this out, I never feel like there's one right or wrong way to do things. And I have to let go and just let the process flow in whatever way that it needs to. For me, because I'm also always learning and growing, but also because everybody's different and everybody needs a different process and everybody needs a different lesson and everybody needs a different answer. It's always going to be shifting and changing, and I have to release control. I can't take things into my own hands and do it myself, especially when I'm working with other people. I have to leave space for that other person to show up and show their potential, knowing that some people might come around and bust the balloon on this my way of wanting to approach things and do things in this way, not necessarily understanding my way or understanding a form of like teaching or tutoring that may not be totally in alignment with old ways of doing it, that may involve mistakes and trial and error and hiccups and taking steps forward and taking steps back. That's what all of this is about. But I think it's the only way to make something new. So there you go. This always feels like a mess. It is kind of a mess, and that's exactly everything that I just said. But I hope it gives you a bit of an idea into how you can try to work with some of the images in your dream and let yourself flow into what you think it means. Like I feel like I got a lot out of this, but I'm gonna rewatch this video and see what other insights come through for me, because I know that there will be more. And throughout the day, because it's the morning and I just had this dream, so throughout the day I'm sure that more things will come into place, and sometimes it even takes time. Sometimes it'll take several days or more dreams or things happening in my waking life that'll really help start to put all these pieces together as well. So know that it's a process if you want to start working with your dreams, and it's something that you feel like can be useful for you, as I find it is for me. Know that it's never really perfect, that it's not always easy, it's not always clear, but you just have to try to process it in your own way. Maybe it's through writing, automatic writing, maybe it's through video. For me, I'm finding video is a better way to do it, and I like rewatching what comes through and taking that time to do that. So see what works for you, and if you have other ideas or other tips or something has come through for you on this sharing today, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in a video next week. Take care.